everyone, and welcome back to M.A.R.S. If this is your first time on the channel, consider subscribing if you found this review entertaining and informative. Today we have the one and only sound Hashira, Tengen Uzui. Great Hashira here, an OG if I might add, and very flamboyant, as you do know. Now, this man here arguably holds the title for best anime fight of 2022. It was just straight epic, very nice. And now we have him here in plastic form from BUZZmod. So give it up for BUZZmod. They have been killing it, releasing figures left and right. Next up, we're going to get the Love Hashira and the Miss Hashira, or the Fog Hashira. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. You know, the little man, the gifted, talented one. All right. With all that out of the way, let's get right into this figure here. Now, this figure is not perfect by all means, so you have been warned as we do enter the review. And yeah, as you can see here, BUZZmod continuously does a great job of just really capturing that look straight out of the anime here in your hands. And you just can't deny their perfection when it comes to that. They have mastered it. Alright, now, we're going to get into articulation here. And before we do, I do want to let you know that yes, the head and neck does come all the way down. So he has great range and motion in his neck and head there. But do be cautious. As you can see here, maybe the silver mark came from these beads right here. These beads are a soft plastic, so you don't have to worry about them being too hard and stopping and preventing any articulation in his neck and head there. So that's a great thing. He can look up a great distance. He can lean side to side. And his neck can turn all the way around, even though you really don't need to or shouldn't want to, but for review purposes, we will. Okay, so now we're going to encounter our first issue here with this new body, by the way. This is a new mold from BUZZmod, the biggest they've released yet. And we're about to encounter our first issue. So when it comes to the T-pose, it is great. It is good. But it does have an issue. I mean, it's not perfect by any means. But the figure is not perfect at all anyways. Now, in a case like this, a scenario like this, what I would do is just rotate his arms so I can hit that T-pose. But look, you're not going to be able to get that with Tengen. It's just the way the mold is, unfortunately. It's the way they do their hands. And you don't want to force it because you may end up breaking it. So there you go. That's the arms as far as the T-pose are concerned. Now, if you've been following me, then you know I have reviewed all the BUZZmod releases, and they really don't have any butterfly joints. So instead of getting your traditional butterfly joints, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get this hinge in here, of course, and it's going to wrap around the chest just a little bit. So that's about as much as you're going to get. By the way, great detail adding the veins in there to really show his muscular structure. Now, there is no bicep swivel. There is one at the forearm, I would say. Yeah, there's a forearm swivel there. Oh, let's keep him looking at you. There is a forearm swivel there. He is single jointed, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say this is a single jointed figure here, even though it's really great. It's a great cut in there, so it's not too bad, but it is single jointed. His hand does rotate, and it does hinges as well. Okay, so with the arms out of the way, let's move into the torso area, and I'm going to remove this, take this off of him real quick. So awesome. Alright, so there's two pieces here. This top piece does not go forward at all, as you can see. Now you can rotate them, and that would probably help him getting into like cool poses and stuff like that, you know, so you can do that, which is cool. It helps getting into those poses. Okay, so you're not gonna get no extra movement there. The only crunch or anything you're gonna get is at the waist. You're gonna get that much there. And then the lean back is great, I will say. All right. So far, the only real issue is just the arms, and that's just like minor stuff. If you're good at posing, then that won't be an issue for you at all. For the legs, let's see if we can hit the 90 on them. Well, it looks like we're not going to be able to do that. I mean, it is a 90, but is there a true 90? I would say no. Okay. Not bad there. You know how the knees go. Single jointed knees. There's a leg swivel. You can move it around. The calves do spin a little bit, but I wouldn't, you know, force it at all. You don't want to break any pieces. And then the ankles do rotate as well. You got your ankle rockers there too. And then you have your toe pivot. And it can extend out and then reach up there. So yeah, not too bad for the articulation. It's just really the arms is the only problem I have because I can't get certain poses in because of the arms. All right, now for this piece here, there's going to be some holes in his back here, as you can see, and you just need to line them up. And not all of them are going to perfectly slide in. Like 2 of them slide in, but this one right here tends not to slide in perfectly. As you can see there, it's still sticking out. But just with a little bit of force, or actually just starting with that one first, you can probably get it in. So yeah, there we go. And look at the back shot there. The back shot just looks so damn good. It's a great looking figure. Great looking figure. And there's no denying it. And I gotta say, probably from all of the releases from BUZZmod so far, I gotta say this one is my favorite release. Yes, it does have its flaws with the articulation and the arms only really, but it's still a great piece and you get plenty of effects and things like that. So let's go ahead and jump into the accessories. Alright, now moving into accessories, as you can see there, you're going to get your default faceplate and then 2 relaxed hands. Now you're also going to be getting 3 additional faceplates. Obviously his blades there. 3 pairs of hands. You have his closed fists, his hands for holding the swords, and then his open hands there as well, his samurai hands. Now moving down here, you're going to get not 1 but 2 smoke blast effects here, okay? You're also going to get his hair effects as well to show that he's been battling. You're going to get your default knee mats there. You're going to get his blades that have been covered, and then his knees there as well. Now, with addition of all of that, you're going to get this here. Now, what this piece is you're going to remove this, for example, and then you would stick it in his back to show that his blades have been removed. Exactly like the anime. And then that will do it for the accessories. Alright, well, I'm trying to put the hands on Tengen so I can do the conclusion to the video, but he's just not cooperating. Now, I will say, you know, don't be discouraged. I am doing this review in like 40-degree weather. I haven't heated up the figure really, and that's on me, but here we go, just a little bit of patience. And then, there you go. We got some magic there. Alright, so now, would I recommend you this figure? Absolutely. But you kind of seen firsthand the difficulties you may have with this figure. For example, your hands may not go into the socket, or the joints may not go into the socket for your hands. You may have to heat up the figure. You know, there are things you're going to have to work around and work with, but, you know, don't get discouraged. And, like, you know, you get your blast effects here, too, so there are some He's a great addition to the roster. A real great addition to the roster here. And just, yeah, so comment below and let me know, what do you think of this figure? What do you think of the review? You know, does this review kind of shift your mind on getting this figure? Because I hope not. Again, I am in Mother Nature here doing this review. Again, I did not heat up the figure, but you may encounter issues when you get this figure. But do I recommend it? If you are a fan of Demon Slayer and you want to collect all the BUZZmods, or if you're just a fan of Tengen Uzui, the man with 3 wives, the man with the best anime fight of 2022, then yes, this figure is for you. Thanks for watching. As always, this has been A-Rab Money. Welcome to Mars. If you haven't subscribed, consider doing so, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching.